Hey everybody, what is going on? Serial of Jive here, and today I'm playing Entropia Universe. What we're going to be doing today is, we're going to be in the same area we've been in for a while now. We're going to be in this Jura Plateau, but instead of hunting, we're going to do a little bit of a mining run. I'm curious to see, so a lot of people have this theory that if you mine in a hot hunting area, you're going to get good loot, and I'm seeing some claims here, so that sort of has me curious if this is a good area to mine. So let's check it out, see what happens. We've got some robots over here, so I'm just gonna try and run the border and see if we can't make this work. It looks like someone died over here, but you can see there are some mining claims. So there's definitely, seems like there might be potential. This guy's a little bit ahead of me as far as the mining goes. So again, he might be, so the overlap might be hurting us. I don't think it will, but it could. Again, we're going to just be going through 26 PEDs here. We're going to see how it goes. Technically, it's like 26.3 because I'm just using shrapnel. But we'll see how this run goes. And from there, if this seems like a good area, we're going to keep going and maybe bring out some amps or something else like that in the next run. But let's just see how this one does. So we got a very poor to start off. It's crude oil. There's not too much of a markup on that stuff, but not too bad. Not too bad. As long as we're getting a claim every other, we're doing decent enough, I think. Depending on how big those claims are. But usually with the mining, you're going to get bigger claims. If you do something like hunting, you're usually going to get loot every time, but the loot's going to be less. If you're doing something like mining, you're not going to find claims every time. But when you do find a claim, it's going to almost definitely be a break-even claim. And one thing you've got to remember too is N-matter is only 50 PECs to try, or is 1 PED. So when I say it's going to be a break-even, the N-matter claim might be worth 50 PECs, and the ore claim might be worth 1 PED, but usually it'll be there or above. So we're going off to sort of this area just because there's lesser mobs here. These guys are only level 6, so even if the curbs get a little aggressive, it's not going to be the end of the world. We'll be able to finish our mining run. And we won't be going through too much armor. If I wanted to put some armor on, I could probably go out and run around by the Aatrox and try taking them on. Again, we're going to see how this area does and sort of take it from there. That's one of the things I like to do, especially when it's like I didn't have this teleporter before. Someone was recommended as a place to hunt. I'm like, all right. And then it occurred to me, like, I probably have not done mining here, so let's give it a good old college try and see what happens. So far, I'm not seeing too amazing results, so we're going to try and circle around, maybe get a little bit into that Aatrox area. Ooh. It's nice when those things pop up right on you, because it means that it's a quick turnaround. Just get in, get out, you get your loot and move on. Crude oil right now isn't too high of a markup, so this isn't, I'm not overjoyed to be finding it, if we're being honest. But any loot's good loot, in my opinion. So let's keep this going, see if we can turn the corner on all these bad mining runs I've been having. Bad mining and hunting runs, but the hunting got turned around with this area, so I'm hoping the mining runs can do the same. Crafting runs are always bad, so like there's no turning around crafting, in my opinion. Until you get to the higher levels, then it's all turn. Ooh, there we go. We got a little twofer over there. I'm gonna have to bring that one in. Let's do another drop here. Anytime I get 2 drops, I always like to go for the second just to see if there's anything. Usually there's not. Yeah. Some people have said that's not a good strategy. If you guys watch like some of my old mining videos, I was definitely finding more double drops before than I am finding now, but it's still always an exciting thing to find those. And it looks cool for the screenshots, so it's like can't complain too much. Once this claim's done, yep, there we go. We're going to summon this claim. I don't want to risk getting too close to those guys over a bit of growth hormone. If I was to run over there, I could probably pull it up real fast because I know growth hormone's a pretty low, it's a pretty high PED per N-matter item. So usually one pull will get you sort of all the growth matter that you can handle. Or all the growth matter in a drop, unless you got a really good drop. If you get a global or something like that, you'll be doing a little bit better, but not by too much. So let's go ahead and grab that. Alright, there we go. So that was a pretty good drop. Is this guy... No? Alright. I'm very lucky these guys are a little docile. It's always nice to mine around docile mobs, because I think just having mobs in the area does help when you're mining. I don't know like where that belief comes from. I'm not 100% found. Like I can be convinced that that's not true. It's just like in my experience, usually if there's mobs around you, it's a good area to mine, especially if they're high level mobs. I'm hoping that we're close enough to those Aatrox that they're influencing it. As you can see, we're gonna try and like circle around a bit here and find something. And look at that again. The theory might be holding true here because we're right in the middle of a herd. We got a double. I'm dropping again just to see if we can pull up a triple. No, we can't. All right. So it looks like this area just has 2 drops per area, which is fine. If I get attacked, it's not going to be a huge deal. I think I can mine all this stuff up before these guys kill me. So I'm going to run over here and just make a grab for it. I'm not too far from the teleporter, so death now isn't the end of the world. And with only 8 drops left, I'm sort of curious just to go try and mine by the Aatrox and see how that turns out. If you guys follow my hunting experiences at all, you know that where the Aatrox are and everything like that. So let's just run through here. So that guy's gonna drop a miss on me. They're hitting decently, 24 damage. It's something. It used to be so much easier to outrun these mobs. Nowadays, I feel like it's gotten way harder. So we'll let them kill me. You can see I'm getting some athletics experience, so it's always good. That just helps with dodging. So it's always good to get those little gains here and there. Otherwise, you only get it when you're hunting, and you're sort of spending money to get it. With this, it's a quick and easy way to sort of die. It used to be so funny when you could lead these trains. You could get a train of mobs and lead them into a teleporter. That was always something people loved doing, but I think now Mindark bans you for doing that, so nobody does it anymore. I used to like that. That was sort of like a random event where the teleporters would get invaded. It was a player spawned event, and usually it took quite the effort to maneuver them around turrets and everything like that. So these players would be like, they'd be armored up, they'd be doing all sorts of crazy stuff. Now with vehicles, I think it just got too easy, and that's a big part of it. You know, really the way it should work is just mobs sort of detach. Their aggro goes away from vehicles a lot quicker than it would go away from normal stuff. But you're probably not going to see that implemented by Mindark, because they probably don't want to encourage that. It's an activity people would participate in that would get them skills for running the mob across the continent, and it would also get them... it would cost nothing, right? It would cost Mindark a lot probably because they're transferring character models between servers and all that. But it would cost the actual player nothing to run sort of a giant spider over to Twin Peaks or something like that when the teleporters when the turrets are down, and then all the players there would have to band together to sort of fight off this monster that was brought on by some group of knobs or novices or newbies that were just running this thing across the continent. It was fun though. I liked it. See, look at this. Like, I'm telling you guys, you mine by these Aatrox, you're going to get some better hits. And since there's other people hunting here, they're sort of keeping the area clear for me, which is nice. No double again. So it looks like, again, like the whole doubles don't exist in this area is coming true. I'm not sure if that's a thing. I'm not sure if it's like certain areas have doubles and certain areas don't. But sort of, it does feel that way a bit, just given how we're not finding any here. And in some of these areas I mine, it's like you get 2 claims, you're almost guaranteed to get 3 or 4 more. Alright, so there we go. That was a pretty decent one. I think we're gonna, unless we get a big hit, we're gonna be coming in just a little bit below markup on this, but not too far. And again, you've got to remember there's no decay on this. Like, my finder's decaying so little, it's not even worth considering. There's no amps or anything like that. So that means that these runs are a little bit, they're easier to calculate. That's why, actually, these are the original 25 PD runs that I do. I'd always do mining because it was a lot easier to calculate. There's no repair costs. There's nothing like that. There's no L guns that people are going to complain that you don't count. It's just the finder. And anytime people complain, it's like, well, it's 2 or 3 PECs. I think the skills pay for that. And I still stand by that. I think the skills you get pay for the finder decay. And again, the finder decay is so little. It's not like when you're out there hunting anything, because there you've got armor decay, amp decay, you've got a lot more factors that are coming into it. Guns decay a lot more. Finders just tend not to decay much. And yeah, if you guys are wondering what finder to use, when you're maxed out on it, I definitely recommend going with the 105, the F105. It's got some really good stats. It's unlimited, which is nice. And it's not super expensive considering sort of what you're getting. Oh, we got a claim. I was looking for the finder over here, and there we go. So if you look at these stats, right, 522 depth is pretty decent, and the markup on them is only like 60 PEDs, so it's a pretty cheap buy, and you're never going to have to worry about getting another one or anything like that. So yeah, if you're looking for a finder, that would be my recommendation. Once you're maxed out on it. So a lot of people are there's a lot of new players. Every now and then they'll come and complain that they bought something I recommended, and they're like, it's not working, I'm losing all these PEDs, and it's like, well, are you maxed out on it? Like, are you in a skill increase bonus? What's going on there? And they'll be like, well, skill increase bonus says no. It's or not yet, right? And they'll be like, I'll be like, well, I think you're just not high enough. Like, did you make sure your skills are maxed? And that's usually where people sort of fall short. So you always want to make sure your skills are maxed. Again, let's go around these Aatrox. We're gonna try and head south here, see if we can't pick up on some of that loot that they're leaving behind. And I'm not sure why, but I always, especially these higher level mobs, I feel like people just either they don't mine here as much and the claims collect, or just because hunters are spending money, maybe a little bit of that goes into the mining loot pool. I don't know. I don't know how Mindark does it with the areas, but I definitely feel like there's something there. Because, I mean, if you look at these claims, we're getting a lot more, like, small, sort of decent-sized claims, rather than a lot of the, like, very poor or just, like, tiny claims that we get in some of these areas. Again, this might be just meant to be more of an advanced player, so maybe it's more attuned to my depth. I don't know. It's always hard to tell, but this is a pretty good area, and if you look at the depth on this stuff, where's the show depth? Oh, here you go. Is 480 meters. So that's coming in right around where I'd want to be. We can't do that, so we're gonna head to the west here. I know I was already west, so I'm gonna run a little bit further and then drop again for this last probe. See if we can't get a nice little global at the end. It would be nice, but I know it won't happen. So we're gonna try and turn the corner here. And the other nice thing about this, too, is if you're mining just unarmored, the second you're done with your mining run, you just run to the red dot and they'll kill you. And you get free skills out of it, which is, again, one of the benefits. That's why dying to a mob is always nice, because you do get free skills out of it. So let's see what we got here. Ooh, got a twofer. I'll take that. That's a nice way to end it. Sort of sums up my experiences in there. Yeah, I'm not going to be tempted to do a double drop because I know double drops do not work here. Or at least so far they haven't worked. So there we go. We got that stuff. Let's grab this stuff. Got some Melchi water. And this is a good variety, too, of loot that we're getting. If you look, we've got a smorgasbord of stuff here. None of it really has too much markup on it. I think Narc would be the highest. Garcian Lubricant, I've been selling that. That's at 113%. Belk is sitting, yeah, it's not at 121. Belk is like at nothing. Melchi is decent, but not amazing. So overall in this loot, we're probably looking about like a maybe 1 to 3% markup. So just keep that in mind. There's an extra maybe like 10, 20 PECs that'll be made on top of this. So let's sort of see where we ended up for this mining run. See if Jura Plateau is something that we might want to keep looking into. I think it is. I think it is, to be honest, but I'm not 100% sure. You never know, right? So let's hit this trade terminal. I'm going to do it piece by piece to add to the suspense. So we got 7 PDs there. We got 9, 10, 19. That was a big jump. 22, and this is the moment of truth. Will we hit 26.3? 28.66, folks. There you have it. A 2.3 PED profit right there. Not too bad. Not too bad. You're going to add a little bit extra to that for markup. This area could have potential. The findings are still out because this is only 26 PEDs, but there's definitely going to have to be some further investigation. Anyways, thanks for watching, folks, and until next time. Peace.